YOLO! I am excited to announce that we have another collaboration video today. Now, the subject is one that I've been wanting to make a video on, but I kind of lack that little special something, that extra expertise in the field. I am but a neophyte when it comes to the matter of crypto technology. But I do seek wise counsel, and I know who to turn to. A man who has not just the answers, but also the legends and lore behind crypto. He's a bit of a legend himself. He is the man, the myth, and the legend. The one, the only, nofacecrypto. Link to his channel will be in the description below. I highly suggest you go check out some of the stuff he's been cooking up. Absolute fire. But without any further ado, because I don't, let's see if he's locked in.
But feel my mind, no face crypto, phantom protocol, standing tall while them guys fall, central chains can't cage.
This motherfucker is locked.
What's going on, guys? It's nofacecrypto. You feel me? Today I'm going to be helping out Alex with a video on cryptocurrency, and I'm very excited to get into it. So let's not waste any time. Go ahead and check out my channel. Probably links in the description below. Check out my X account as well to stay up to date on what is going on in the crypto industry. That being said, let's get right into it. First things first, guys, is what is a blockchain? And the easiest and most simplified way for me to explain this is a blockchain is just a ledger or a way to record transactions. It stores all transaction history and information. And in terms of blockchain itself, this is specifically done with computers. And this is meant to be completely decentralized, which means it's not under the control of one specific entity, like the government, for example. And it is completely immutable, which means the blockchain inherently cannot be changed or manipulated in a way that can affect the user. A great chain of evolution for this would be to look back at, I think it's called the Quipi. I don't know exactly how to say it, but it's spelled Q-U-I-P-I, and Alex can go ahead and put a picture in right here for you guys. But this was one of the first ways that a ledger was used to record transactions, and this you were able to do this through the color of beads, the amount of knots, the placement of the knots, etc. We then went from that after Europeans came in and did some things, and they had paper that they could write on, record, write books, etc., and all ledgers went on paper. Then we went to the banking system and computerized things like the Swift banking system that we have and we all know currently. That is the reason it takes you a week or 2 weeks to get paid and you don't get paid immediately. Now, we can go from something like that into the blockchain or the XRPL, for example, which is just a form of a ledger on the blockchain. All right, guys. So the next question here is, what is cryptocurrency and where did it come from? And this is where things get very, very interesting. So you go ahead and I want everyone to Google what is cryptocurrency in Google. And it's going to tell you something like it's a digital form of currency that is meant to not be tied to the government or central banks. And that is true partially. But essentially, yes, a digital currency or a cryptocurrency is a digital form of money. And when we have been using cash for forever and coinage for a very, very, very long time, you start to look at all of our other technology and wonder, why haven't we modernized money yet? Cryptocurrency inherently is supposed to represent a value in the real world. So you inherently want a cryptocurrency to solve something or solve a problem. And this is why meme coins are complete BS. You can also inflate cryptocurrency with fake BS money and trick people. And that is one of the things that people have to look out for in this new ecosystem that we're all going into. Now, where did cryptocurrency come from? When you ask me and you ask a lot of people, I'll just tell you straight up in simple form, it came from the military industrial complex, right? Are you going to let a new monetary system come in without having full control over society and how it's used? So they brought in Bitcoin and they brought in a lot of cryptocurrencies, and they designed blockchain using mathematics that I believe came from great minds like Nikola Tesla and eventually got in the hands of people like the military. I believe that crypto also may have came from the future, or it could have been from an ancient, more advanced civilization than we have now. And I am completely serious when I say this. But if you really do the research and you really dig deep, DARPA and a lot of the military created cryptocurrency, and that's how it all got started. And there's absolutely no way it would have gotten started without them. That's just the truth. What are some warning signs that you can tell a cryptocurrency is a rug pull, trash, slash a meme coin, aka how can we tell the Haktua coins from the real coins? And this is an amazing question because I'll tell you what, when anytime a new technology is coming in, there is scams all over the place. When it comes to cryptocurrency, it's almost better to just avoid certain areas than even try and do the research. So when it comes to me, I don't even touch any coin that comes from Solana unless it's Solana itself. I just won't even touch it because that is where meme coins live. And there are some funny, cool meme coins. You can make some money on them, but if you're in crypto for what cryptocurrency truly represents, you're in it for the shift in the monetary system and the real utility cryptocurrencies. So, step one is to just not even focus on anything that sounds stupid, like Haktua, like Fartcoin, right? Beyond that, you need to go into certain areas like the actual structure of the business itself. You need to look into the documents that it's structured under, the LLCs. You need to look into the people that actually run the business and the history of them. If a cryptocurrency is using artificial intelligence to promote their coin and you're not seeing a lot of face and there's certain issues, if something just inherently doesn't feel right, guys, it is probably not right. But one of the most important things that you can do is check the chain itself or go to specific tools that we have nowadays in 2026. One of the best ones is rugcheck.xyz. Um, in addition to this, you need to know the contract address behind that cryptocurrency. A quick Google search for the contract address behind XYZ will get you that. You plug that into something like the rugcheck.xyz and you will get the answers for what's wrong, like the liquidity. If the liquidity is looking very bare minimum, and the liquidity pools are also bare, there could be something that is like multiple wallets going in and draining the money from people who buy into the project on the back end. And this is something that happens a lot. This is known as a liquidity farm. So there are things you can do to look into this, but ultimately, you need to just have good due diligence. You need to make sure that if something doesn't seem right, you just get away from it. Too many people on social media or X are trying to get you to buy something. Just don't even buy it, right? The real communities, the real coins, they don't hit you up and try to beg you to buy their project. So just know that if that's happening, there's probably something to look out for. If it looks bad, which you will get a hang of after a certain point in time, you know that chances are it's probably a scam. What is the difference between hot wallets and cold wallets? Well, cold wallets are completely offline storage devices for your cryptocurrency, right? They are not meant to really touch the internet. That is for safe reasons. And they are essentially your bank. They're a way to be a personal bank in the future. There are many different cold wallets, such as Ledger, Tangem, Descent, and they are all meant to do the same thing, which is protect your cryptocurrency. And they do this by giving you a set of keys or a seed phrase in which it basically is your identifier that that is your property, that is your cryptocurrency. And a cold storage helps from all different types of attacks. It is the safest way for you to store your crypto uh, and just chill while all the craziness in the world goes on. And on exchanges and stuff like that with Coinbase and anything else, they have the ability to shut off your buy and sell buttons. And that can completely destroy your dreams of cashing out or making any money from cryptocurrency. So once you have it on a cold wallet, and then you have something like a hot wallet, which works with a cold wallet in benefit, if you have the correct one, you can offload some of that crypto from your cold wallet securely onto a hot wallet, uh, preferably something that you have full custody over. Like a hot wallet can give you keys as well, but there are very few. And the best one I have found is Zaman Wallet. Just to further expand on the hot wallet and the cold wallet thing. So when you purchase a cold wallet, a lot of the times that cold wallet will go to an app on your phone. Um, that app is essentially your hot wallet. Not every time, but a lot of the time. Hot wallets are meant to kind of connect to the internet. So a lot of them do and they don't. You can choose to or not to. But the only thing hot means internet. Cold means no internet. And that's the best way to just put that. What are three things that people always get wrong about crypto? And assumptions that I see, any stereotypes that I see that are completely false about crypto. Probably the biggest stereotype that I see with crypto is that everybody a lot of people with crypto are like lazy, bummy, stupid people, and they just buy a bunch of meme coins and buy Bitcoin, and everything's a scam. And everything is not a scam, and I think it's a huge misconception in cryptocurrency, but it is few and far between to find the good projects, and I do believe that is a fact. So that is the biggest misconception, is that all of crypto is a scam. Basically, that's a lot of the things you hear if you go up to somebody who's a stranger, right, and doesn't know too much about crypto. Another misconception I think is that crypto is extremely complicated. I think it can be very nuanced and is a lot to kind of start and learn about, but once you get the hang of it and you kind of get that learning curve, um, it is pretty easy to get the hang of. You just kind of got to get some time under your belt. And so I don't think it is as complicated as people make it seem. Um, but once you become like a dev and you're coding, that's when it becomes complicated. Unless you're doing that, really, you just have to learn a lot of the terms. You have to understand how a lot of these systems work, how a lot of the things go wrong, what people do, how people get hacked, right? There's a ton of things to learn. So it does take, a few years, but once you get the hang of it, it is really not that complicated. The other probably biggest misconception with crypto is that you can get rich quick. It is possible, it can be done, but it is not common. And about 99% of people who go out and try to get rich quick fail. So that is not the way in cryptocurrency. The way to do it is stack slowly, stay patient, and just play the long game. Find good companies, do the Warren Buffett method. Find good companies, right? And just play the long game. There's no point to be doing leverage. There's no point to try and get rich quick, and that is how you get burnt in cryptocurrency. Question number 6, what is staking and how are people actually able to earn income off of their cryptocurrency? Where does the money really come from? What good or service is being provided? And this is a very good question because this is really what cryptocurrency is about, and it is very confusing for a lot of people. But it works similarly to fractional reserve banking, except you are the one doing the fractional reserve, right? You are benefiting off of your own money. So how does this work? Let's break it down very quickly in like 30 seconds. Staking your cryptocurrency is a way to lock up your cryptocurrency in a specific protocol of your choosing in order to gain any targeted amount of yield that you want. And this can be done in many different ways. There are collateral pools or something known as a liquidity pool. And the way these pay out fees to you is first you take part in this through a decentralized exchange where all these products are available. And that is a great place to learn about all of this stuff. But how this gets paid out to you is in the form of tokens or transaction fees or a different token that is the reward for that protocol. So you get paid the more that protocol is used. And essentially, if you are an early adopter of something that pays a good yield, the more people get interested in it and join into it naturally, right? This is not a pyramid scheme, but the more people see a benefit in it, the more people will the more yield will get paid out to you. Another thing I would like to add on the end of 6, right, is the reason you are getting paid out this yield for staking your cryptocurrency or putting your cryptocurrency somewhere is because you are securing the network. Because there's no institution to come out and say that this is real money. The only way you are able to do that is by everybody else taking part in that protocol and also verifying through their wallet, essentially, that they're real, and that is how you get paid transaction fees, etc. Now, how much do things like market cap matter when it comes to cryptocurrency? And this is a very interesting question because it depends on what cryptocurrency you're asking about specifically. Now, when it comes to meme coins and things with no intrinsic value, when it's just paper value, similar to stocks, not all stocks, but some. Now, in most cases, when it comes to cryptocurrencies, checking a crypto's market cap and understanding where that market cap places that crypto's price is very important, and a lot of the times it does have a lot to do of the where the price is going to go in the crypto. You can really kind of forecast it with the market cap. Now, that is based on the product that crypto has to provide. So let me just break this down quickly. For most cryptos and smaller capped cryptocurrencies, market cap is very important, but when it comes to real utility in the real world, it is hard to judge market cap on that. So when you're discussing something like XRP, for example, and the max bullish case for XRP is to settle all of the sitting liquidity in the world, um, how can you put a real number on the market cap on that, right? So this is where you get the crazy price predictions and all this stuff going on, because you truly can't take market cap into consideration when there is no parameters that can really put XRP inside that market cap box, because XRP is meant to settle liquidity cross borders, and that is tons and tons of money. So who knows how much XRP is going to be worth, right? The parameters in which you look at cryptocurrencies has to change if it is a utility cryptocurrency. And that is why the argument of market cap not mattering for, sorry, excuse me, for certain cryptocurrencies is made. But when it comes to stuff like meme coins and different projects that don't have too much in real world utility, that forecast matters a lot more. And I know it sounds crazy, but that is the belief system truly behind XRP. What are some green flags that indicate a coin actually has true value and will be able to stand the test of time? Now, when it comes to new projects, right, we don't have the history to look back on and say, "Wow, this really stood the test of time." XRP, for example, quite literally got sued by the evil in the world and the SEC itself, and that's how we know that it stood the test of time, because it's still around, we still use it, and it is just starting out, right? It is very young. How can we tell this is good for new projects? What does that project provide, right? If this project is just is not delivering on its promises and they don't have actually tangible products, you're not gaining yield, for example, they don't have anything to offer, there's really no green flags to be happy about with the project. You should know that a project is building during a downtime in the market. Flare, for example, is a perfect example. A lot of cryptos are down right now, and Flare has probably the most bullish outlook in 2026, and that's just my opinion. But when a project is building, even during downtimes, they don't care too much about price. They're not tweeting out bullish, super crazy, outlandish tweets all the time, and they're just getting down to work and they're hunkering down, and you can really see they're showing their work. They are going on live stream. They're showing what's happening, and you have other projects in the community also backing that. That's how you know that there is some good green flags around the project. Obviously, proper business ethics, proper LLC formation, proper documents. You really just got to treat this like it's a stock, and you will get far. You really will. The truth is, a lot of these cryptocurrencies will not stand the test of time. So, is your project positioned to take advantage of real institutional clarity from the government in whichever place you're living in? is your country prepared to take advantage of this as well? And so, where do these projects stand? What problem are they solving? How will they make your life better? And when you really boil that all down, it only comes down to a handful of projects, guys. And I mean that. And you know, you really want to go into compliant projects that have really grinded through the test of time and will be there to the end when clarity comes through, and they've been preparing this entire time to be used within a new financial system, a new infrastructure. And there's a lot out there. There's a lot. I don't have to go and tell you guys all. Check out my channel, but there is a handful of projects out there that appear to be positioned very well for what is to come. What are some things that Alex did not ask in these questions that I feel are important for people to know about cryptocurrency? I want people to understand that cryptocurrency, blockchain, whatever you want to call it, it is here to stay, and it is prepared very well to take over as the new financial system. And it may take a few years, it may take some time, but we're all going to grow old. And by the time we all grow old, I truly believe cash will be obsolete to a certain extent. And I believe crypto is truly very, very close to the transition where it takes over in the new monetary system. A lot closer than a lot of people believe. And I think it needs to be respected, and it needs to be researched well. And I think there's powers out there that do not want you to research cryptocurrency and do not want you to succeed from investing in certain cryptocurrencies. And that is the truth. I think it has been 100 years overdue to get a new monetary system since the Titanic happened, since they brought in the Federal Reserve and completely put us in a new debt slavery. And in a way, cryptocurrency is the legacy system's way to still remain in control. And that's how I know it will become a thing. And so if you hold the correct assets, you could be the few that benefit in the new system. It's just about placing yourself correctly. And it is having a good heart. You need to go forward and have a good heart. And that is another thing I want people to know about cryptocurrency is be positive and help thy neighbor, right? There's a lot of evil things in this world and we need to stick together. And cryptocurrency is a beautiful community, and it needs to be respected and treated as such. It will be on the people with good hearts one day to lead the way for people who do not understand this technology. And it will be the people with good hearts that will take advantage of that. And I hope look out for others around them, because the powers that be are bringing in this system no matter what, whether you like it or not. And so I hope that if you benefit, if you're one of those people that benefit from this, you use it for the correct reasons. Before I give my outlook on where I see cryptocurrency truly going in the next set of years, I think a question we all should be asking ourselves right now is, how did we get here in the first place, right? I am conspiracy minded, but how did we get here? Where is the history that tells us how we actually got to this point where we are actually considering changing an entire monetary system? And when you dig deep enough, it gets very interesting. Final question here is, where do I see crypto going 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now? And I'll be completely honest when I say this, guys. I think cryptocurrency is going to completely change the way we transact money. It's going to completely change the world in the next 5 years. Easy. And I think the world will not look the same in 5 years. Forget about 10 years. So I think it has the potential to completely change the way the world works and banking works. And it also has the potential to give access um, to banking to people who have not had it in the past through unconventional means like cryptocurrency, where it's not controlled by a central government or like some demonic entities, right? So I do see cryptocurrency taking over and freeing up the really messed up liquidity system that we have going on right now, because our system is going to collapse. It is prepared to collapse, and they've been preparing for this since after 2008. And that pretty much brings me to my close, right? Since you guys have last heard from me, a lot of things have developed in the cryptocurrency landscape. And we know for a fact, let's just break this down very quickly. And so I can close out this video, I might as well just include my theory while I'm here, right? Why I'm so certain that this monetary system is set to take over. Why I know crypto is going to take over, right? It goes all the way back to the Titanic, ladies and gentlemen, back on April 14th, 1912. Months before this, months before the Titanic sank, J.P. Morgan decided he was not going to go on this boat. The Rothschilds decided they were not going to fund insurance for the Titanic because it was too big. It was going to sink. So instead, the people who loved the central banking system and the idea of the central banking system decided to not go on the boat. They crashed the boat, and on that boat were many, many rich American families who opposed a central banking system. They then went and created the Federal Reserve on an island right off of the coast of Georgia known as Jekyll Island, where they did a human sacrifice, and the Rothschilds built their vacation home there. That same home is the same place they drafted the very paperwork that became the Federal Reserve Act that was passed days before Christmas when all of Congress was home, and that enslaved humanity for over 100 years. And inflation has gone crazy since then. And that is my theory. I mean, obviously, I just think that's just fact. That's history. Okay? Now, within that, we also have Nikola Tesla, who unfortunately had technology, I believe, mathematics to back all of cryptocurrency, including things like the death beam and a bunch of crazy stuff. But Nikola Tesla's stuff was stolen by Donald Trump's uncle. His work was taken back to MIT labs, the same labs where Gary Gensler was given a job to go out and sue XRP and Ripple, and where Jeffrey Epstein and a guy by the name of Brock Pierce derived a plan called Bitcoin and USDT, which is just the same thing as the Federal Reserve, except in a crypto version, also set to fail. And that is where we are in the crypto monetary system, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And guess what, guys? We're sitting on the good side, and we are coming up on amazing times for crypto. Things are going to get crazy. And so I will close out this video and let you guys know, guys, this is No Face. You feel me? Okay? And just get ready, right? They've been preparing for this for years. And since they created the Federal Reserve, they knew it was destined to fail. So the US dollar is dead. What is going to replace it? I'm out of here.
Go, ledger ignite. Phantom in flight. Mag so bright. Can't see me, but feel my mind. No face crypto, phantom protocol. Standing tall while empires fall. Central chains can't cage it all. Unshaken faith, I break the wall. No face crypto, though immortal. Through digital doors, I breach the portal. Untraceable force, transtemporal. Phantom of finance, suiting and racks. No face crypto. No banks, no borders.
Huge round of applause for No Face Crypto. Y'all should definitely go to the description below, click the link, and check out his channel, because as I showed just a moment ago, he has nothing but banger after banger posted already. And you might want to go and rewind and watch this video a second time, because the information he gave is stuff I wish I had known back in 2019-2020 when I first got involved in Dogecoin. I didn't know what meme coins were. I didn't know the difference between any types of cryptocurrency. I thought it was just all universally a form of internet money that you could exchange for real dollars. I didn't understand where they got their value, what goods or services they provided, or what staking was actually about. Now, I've learned so much more, and yet I still have so much to learn. But definitely, double watch this video so you can soak up every bit of knowledge that he was dropping, because he was given stuff that took me literal years to figure out the hard way. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to go to the description below and check out the link to No Face's channel. And special thank you to No Face for actually doing this video. He carried the brunt of the information since he is far more knowledgeable than I. But hopefully it won't be too long until I catch up in knowledge and expertise in the subject. And I hope all of you do as well. It seems like crypto is the future and it's here to stay, so it's better that we adapt and don't get left behind. We should lock in before we get locked out. But thank you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the flip side.